Alrighty, hello, what's up you guys, is Laringe here, coming at you to bring you guys another Feed the Beast episode here. I've been working on some stuff, doing some crazy shenanigans, and I found out I didn't know this, but I found out there were frames in FTB, this version of FTB, and boy did that make me excited. I didn't think there were frames in this version, but now that there are, it's time to make like some crazy new mining system, even though I just finished my old one. Alright, so I think I finished it, I think I fixed it to the point where it's working. For whatever reason, it wasn't like, it wasn't registering some of the things properly. What are they called? Some of the frames weren't being, they weren't working properly. I don't know why, but I think I've fixed it, and I think I've pretty much walled off all the frames that I need to, and I think it's good to go. I do need to get these top frames though, and I don't actually need to get the side frames, but I'm going to. And I'll step into my single player world and then show you guys the design here in just a second as soon as we look at this in action, because it should be pretty good. Oh, apparently I'm missing a frame there. And this one's slightly different from the one in my single player world, because obviously the items in my single player world, I'm using like creative energy cells and stuff. Okay, and the reason I'm getting these outside frames is if like gravel falls, I don't carry that along with me. And I'll go ahead and get this one too. Here we go. Oh, and you know what? Now that I look at it, I can check. See, there are two sides that are being defended, so this backside is not. Oh, this backside is. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I should be good to go. I believe all these bottom parts are taken care of already, so if I just flip the lever here to turn it on. Alright, cool. And that is my frame quarry. I'm going to go ahead and grab this diamond because I can. And we'll step into a single player world here and I'll show you how I make it. Okay, so right here, this is the basically the framework if we tear this out here. Now the problem I was having with it is for some reason these blocks in here weren't getting grabbed. And the way I think I fixed that is by putting the covers on the side as well as the front and back. I can't remember if I put the covers on the side. But here's what it is. It's really basic, and then you have the ME storage bus go into a chest. In this case, this one won't be grabbing any items, but grab a storage bus. And then you actually need a piece of cable as well. Plop that down, whatever, I'm going to put a trash can here. It will store all the items in this trash can. Then you flip this on, and it just goes forward infinitely. Oh, except I forgot to hook the trash can up. The trash can didn't actually have a signal there, so storage, or not a signal, it didn't have a, one second. It wasn't attached to anything. There we go. We can turn that back on and it should be good now. Yep. These weren't attached either because I had taken out that side part. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make this. It's pretty easy. So for starters, let's find a nice little area to make it at. I'm going to go ahead and make this one in ground so I can actually have it tear up some ground here. So we will make it right on this level. So let's see, we have... So the one that I made is only 4 wide at that base. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. And then what we'll do... So, first off, let's put the... Where's it? The controllers in. So the controllers will go right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can expand these up infinitely, right? You can just keep going with the controllers. I believe there's a maximum of how many controllers you can have, but I don't have to touch that maximum. Okay, so here you'll have to put hollow frame covers, block covers. You can't get these in creative mode. You have to craft these. But you'll put them like this, and then you'll put them on the outside. I don't know if having them on the outside is necessary. I can't remember if I did that in the single player world or not, but I'm doing it here because better safe than sorry. Outside, and then we put them right here as well. You don't need them in the center though, I guarantee that. So, alright, there you go. So now we can add our sides. And this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now if you use dense cables, you can go up to 32 out instead of 8. So using dense cables increases the size of this immensely. Grab an excavator really fast. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there goes all our frames. So now we just need to add the cabling. And the cables technically can be the same color. I just don't like them the same color because it helps me distinguish. I think they can be the same color. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. There we go. So this way none of these cables connect and I can easily tell the difference between them. And we have to run this across as well, and I'll put the other ones back in here in a minute. Okay, and then we need to put these in. And okay, so then we just need to add the purple and the magenta ones. It's magenta, just like this. And this can be scaled to any size, of course. You can make it higher, but you can't make it any wider unless you're using dense cables, because the dense cables can take 32 channels, where these can only take 8. And each planar thing takes 8, or takes a channel. So now we hook all that up together. So now when I set up our little pulley system, it should pull it. So let's plane. Let's add our frick. What are they called? Annihilation planes. These take a little while to put on, so bear with me here. Frickin'. There we go. Get rid of that mob. Just run it across just like this. See, this is what happens when you try to do it fast. Just take these slow. Okay, so we have the whole annihilation plane, and you'll notice how it's kind of like squiggly. That means it's not connected properly. And the reason it's not connected properly at the moment is because it doesn't have power. So now we can run frames along here, and these frames need they need a wrench on the bottom. And normally you wouldn't do this. You can always pick them up and then wrench them and then place them again. But this is obviously easier for me. Okay, then let's add clear out this area just a little bit more. I didn't really anticipate. I wasn't initially going to do it in the ground, but okay, then we can add a few more here and run the wrench along these ones. Okay, so next what we need is we need our power source. So I'm going to use a creative capacitor bank. There we go, and we can just plop that down right there. And so now these should light up, and the planar fields now look like that. And these actually, it looks like faithful might not be in a, well, maybe not, I don't know. It just looks like Applied Energy 6 might not have faithful. Okay, so your next step will be, in this case I used a creative capacitor bank. What you can do is you can just do what are they called? Lava generators, and hook it up with lava, infinite lava. And we'll grab a, oh, I guess we won't do it that way. And then you'd put the tank here. So let's grab a tank. Even though we'll go ahead and use an open blocks tank. So tank will go there. Let's fill it up with lava. There we go, and that should fuel everything for us. And then next what we need is we need our pushers. We need two of these guys, and then we also need a wrench. So the it's kind of weird the way this works, but one pusher pushes the other one to push it back into position. So you have them both face this way, and then you have these two so it can't touch them. And then what we do is we need levers or redstone signal. Plop that down, and then we need our storage bus, as well as a trash can. And we'll put the trash can right here. And then we also need a flux cable. There we go. Pop that down. Pop the storage bus right there. And then we need power. So conductive, what are they called? Ender IO pipes. What are their power pipes? Ender energy. Ender energy conduit. And it doesn't have to be this type. We run that right there, and then we have to wire up the frame so it connects all that. So that, and then one right there, and we should be good to go. Oh, these are all closed on the bottom. Frick. That will cause a problem. Okay, so we turn this on, and then we turn this on, and it should start going. There we go. Clears up, chews up that side. I need to do this. Yeah, and it stopped because now it's stuck on this side here. Yep. There we go. So now it'll just keep going. And that is the tunnel bore. That's how you craft it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it in the comments. And you'll notice it tears through it pretty quick. Like, it's a pretty good mining tool. The reason these tunnel bores are better than, say, a quarry is because the tunnel bores, you don't have the awkward holes at the top, which is always nice to avoid. Anyway, I think it looks pretty nice. It works pretty well. It'll just keep going if we get a chest, and if it runs out of storage space, it'll just stop. Like, look, it stopped because there are no more places to put the dirt, so it stops. And then if we go ahead and we open up this chest, let me stop it for a minute. Oh, we can't open the chest. We have 2 stacks of dirt, and it's 32 blocks, so every time it chunks, we get 32 blocks. Anyway, so thank you all so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all next time.